Okay, let's go and talk about the syllabus. So click right here. It'll take us out to Concourse. Again, my name is Wes Adams. I'm the instructor for the course. Meeting times, I have virtual office hours for online students from 8 to 9:25. What that means is I'll have Canvas pulled up in my office, and if you email me during that time, there's a good chance that you'll get an immediate response. My office is Wellness 102A. That's at Northeast Lakeview College. There's my office phone number. There's my email, my Alamo email. But I want you to email me through Canvas. So you'll see an inbox in Canvas. I want all emails to go through Canvas. That way I know which class it's coming from, and if I have to track down an email, I can find it. So the reason I don't want you using the Alamo email is sometimes it goes to junk mail, and I may or may not get it. Sometimes it's hard to track down. So Canvas email is much more reliable, and I know which class it's coming from. So my standard office hours are Monday, Wednesday, 8 to 9:25, Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 11, Friday from 8 to 9:25. And remember, those hours are virtual office hours, so I'll have Canvas pulled up. There's the book. We talked about that in a previous video, the 17th edition, but you can also use the 16th if you want. There's the description of the class. Essentially, what I'm trying to teach you is information that you would need to know if you were going to develop a workout program for yourself or for others. This is a really good background if you want to become a personal trainer and you have no previous experience. This would be a really good class to take for you. There's some outcomes. Let's talk about evaluation. That's probably what you're most interested in. You have to do a health history questionnaire. It's a very small percentage of your grade, but it's really important because you have to do that before you can do the pre-test. The health history questionnaire just asks you some health-related questions. I just got to make sure you don't have any kind of pre-existing problem that may cause you to injure yourself when you do exercise. So I'll look those over. I'll get back with you. We'll do pre-testing, and then right after we do the pre-testing, we'll start the next week. We'll start working on our workout journal. So you'll keep track of 2 exercises per week, 2 aerobic exercises per week. And you can do more than 2 if you want, but I want at a minimum 2 aerobic exercises per week for 10 weeks. And I have a video that talks about that. And you can track all your workouts if you want to, but it needs to be 10 weeks worth of workouts. Once we have that, then you'll submit that to me in a journal. So it's essentially like a paper along with the log of your workouts. And I put an example up on Canvas, so you can go look at that example if you have any more questions. So we do pre-testing to see where our fitness level is. We start a workout program, a 10-week workout program, and then we'll do post-testing at the end to see how much we improve or didn't improve. And so it really just tells you how much you improved from your workout program. We'll have a midterm, we'll have a food log. Project 2 is a pre and post test analysis, so you'll go back in and look at the areas that you improved, the areas that you didn't improve, and you'll talk about those and draw up some graphs and stuff. You'll see an example. I've got an example for you that you can go look at. We'll also have a final. We'll have graded quizzes. A lot of times students wait to take these quizzes, the graded quizzes, before they do the midterm and final, and that's fine. Just make sure you complete them all before the end of the semester, because they can hurt your grade. It can drop your grade quite a bit if you neglect doing the quizzes. Discussions, make sure in your discussions that you're posting something substantial. So you post a discussion and then you go make comments about somebody else's discussion, at least one other student. If you don't do that, you won't get full credit for the discussion. And make sure you write enough in your own discussion. So if you just give me a couple of sentences, it doesn't have a lot of substance to it, you're not going to get a very good grade. So make sure that you write about the topic or whatever the discussion topic is, and you give me enough information. Typically 1 to 2 paragraphs is enough to answer the question, but if you just give me a sentence or 2, you're not going to get a very good grade, mainly because you haven't put a lot of effort into it. So course policies. So attendance will be taken during the first week, and we have something called Smart Start Drop. And if you've been a student for a while, you probably know about it, but just in case you don't, you have to attend the very first day of class. And if you don't, you get dropped. So make sure, now this is an online class, so I give you a little bit more wiggle room. So make sure that you've completed the intro and syllabus discussion, which is in week 1, the very first complete module of the class. Make sure you complete that before the first week ends, which is Sunday at midnight. If you don't, you're going to get dropped from the class. All right, make sure that you have access to a computer and software, and mainly make sure it's reliable. So I can't do anything about the hardware you have at home. So if you call me and say, well, my computer crashed and it's not very reliable, I can't do anything about that. And if you have issues like that, you may consider going to one of the computer labs on campus. All online submissions and classwork must be in Microsoft Word or PDF. I've had some issues in the past where people use other programs that say they create a Microsoft Word document like OpenOffice, and sometimes I can't open it. And if I can't open it, I can't grade it. So you'll get a 0 for the assignment if I can't open it. So make sure that it opens in Word. I would test it out. If it doesn't open in Word, make sure you send it as a PDF. I need to be able to open it. Typically, if that happens, I give you some time to submit it, but don't count on that. That's not a guarantee, especially if it happens more than once. I may let it go the first time and give you an extra day to turn it back in, but if it happens a second time, you can pretty much guarantee you're going to get a 0 because you didn't learn from your first mistake. So students must keep a copy of every assignment that's turned in. So here's a good example. You turn your pretest in to me. I give you credit for it. Then at the end of the semester, when it's time to do the pre and post test analysis, and you start doing your post test, suddenly you can't find your pretest. And then you call me up or email me and say, hey, I submitted that pretest, can you send it to me? Well, it's not my responsibility to keep track of it. So if I can find it, I'll do it. If I can't, you're not going to have those scores for the post test. So it's on you to keep track of your assignments that you submit to me. Just in case something happens, you always have a copy. Additional items, any of the videos that are shown in here, there's a transcript button if you want a transcript of what's being said. There's also closed caption on those videos. You'll have to open it up in YouTube to access that. But that's pretty much it for the syllabus. That's the most important information. I want you to get a good feel from this class like it's a face-to-face class. That's the reason I like going over the syllabus through video, so I can answer a lot of those questions that you may have. If anything ever comes up and you get in panic mode, always email me. Always ask the questions that you may have. Don't be intimidated to ask me something, because that's what I'm here for. So I'll see you in the next video.